Well, hello everyone. So I got the fence put up across the front. Uh, got it locked up. Got a little trespassing sign put up. So yard's looking pretty good. I got to rebuild this. That's something I used to use for cleaning whenever I was buying storage units. I'd like clean dishes, stuff like that out here. And it's been outside too long. It's starting to rot. So I'm gonna rebuild that. Because I ain't got enough stuff to do. All right, so I do have some information. It's not 100%, but I talked with the supervisor here at the local DMV. I already sent an email over to Tallahassee to get clarification on a couple of things. But as of right now, the only way that I can get a title for this is to show receipts for all the individual bits and pieces to, say that I built it and make it legal. That's a possibility. Or I buy another vehicle and use that VIN number and combine the two however you want to do it, So I'm not, in fact, DMV kind of hinted saying that if I have a titled vehicle, whatever I do to it afterwards, it kind of, nobody really cares. Let's put it that way. So I did get my other trailer over here. This one's about to get redecked. I'm going to do a lot of sanding and painting on both of these. So I figured have them side by side. Next big thing, which this, believe it or not, this is already going to be one hell of a wheelie machine, because I can take it and I could pick it up no problem with it being up on a jack stand. So this is going to be interesting. Now, I am pursuing, I got a guy up in North Carolina. He thinks he has a Volkswagen with all the paperwork that he could sell me pretty cheap. The reason why North Carolina is because I used to be up there. So, and I've seen things, so I know where certain places are. But he's doing a little bit of research. He's supposed to call me back sometime today to see if it's a go or not. If not, then here locally, there is another dune buggy that has all the paperwork with it. So I'm going to entertain that idea. It's more than what I paid for this one, but it's not an insane price. And of course, I'm going to try to do what I do and, offer $1. But this one I'm not going to get for 20 bucks. Some more good news. Got the transmission to kind of sort of go in gear. The gear ratio, like if I spin this one here, so the transmission is working. I don't know how well the engine turns over. It's not locked up. Again, don't know how well. I did get a battery. I'm going to do a little bit of wiring on it. I got to hook up the carburetor. I want to get some, things cleaned up here. I'm going to change the oil in it, do all that kind of mess. And I'm going to do a little bit of a dry fire. And then I'm going to try to see if I could get this running before I take anything off. Suspension is still locked. I'm going to spray it down with some lubricating and penetrating oil to see if it'll even move. That one I got to move by just jumping on it. So pulling rims and tires. I'm going to see about getting some very cheap rims and tires if I don't purchase a whole entire another vehicle. All that being said, but we'll see what happens. I am going to have to go buy some toggle switches and little things like that and some wiring and, but right now I just want to see if I can get it cranked up. Number two, see if it'll go in gear, pull, spin the tires. Well, not spin them, but, just drive the tires. And then after that, it's more legal paperwork and seeing what to do with the suspension. So I showed a picture of this to a friend of mine. He says if it's been like that, he would do some bracing on it, but it looks like we can keep the rear end if it could be rebuilt. Some people say it's not that bad. Other people said it's basically like going to hell and back. So we'll see. That's it for the buggy. I have been cleaning up the yard, pulled out all this. All this was either buried or somewhere else in the yard, so I'm accumulating it for a particular project. This right here is all been cleaned up. I dug out a lot of dirt to fill where a lot of this came out of the ground. So, but all this is cleaned up. I'm going to level it and try to put a little bit of sod and just grow grass here. For those who know, all this was dying, so I pulled all this up. I did fix the septic tank, so that's cool. And then this is what I'm thinking about doing, is kind of, just to have a nice place and, have it decorated a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I just put these down just to see how they're going to line up. Looks like it's going to line up really nice. So I'm going to pull these up. I'm pouring a little footer. I'm going to get some 1x6s, do a little thing, and kind of get something that's solid. I think I'm going to get like maybe 3 pieces of rebar just to throw in there. But I'm gonna I got to pour a footer probably here in the next couple of days. A friend of mine, he has a rock, rocks and landscaping and mulch, and he has a bunch of stuff. He just sold his business, so he says, come grab a couple of, trash cans of rocks. You could just have them. I was like, done. So I'm going to fill all this with rocks. I'm going to do concrete block, and then I'm going to do these little things on top of it just so that, water and stuff don't get in the concrete block. And I was thinking about doing it too high, but I don't want to fill up a bunch of stuff. Plus, I want it to be seen. So all these little statues and, this is all stuff that my mom had, and I just kind of want to do like a little garden here. So, But, yeah, and I'm going to try to use up like these river rocks, all these little circle things, all this. Between all this, I should be able to fill that thing up, no problem. So, and where'd they go? The big circles over here. Let me show you what I'm going to do with them. I hope that's not Ernest's wife. Yeah, something's going on over at Ernest's. Damn it. All right, so the circles are going to go kind of like that. So just have these have the little Humpty Humps. They're going to do all the little, I'm going to put them up against the wall and just kind of, anyways, this is going to be like a little tribute garden. So, and there was a whole bunch of like planters along the edge. I dug all them up, got them out of here, and then I'm filling it all back in with sand and just trying to level it. So this is some more of the dirt that I dug out from the front. But yeah, and then there's like rotted wood, and there's, man, so much stuff I gotta fix here. But anyways, you guys are up to date. A lot of stuff's happening at the shop. I've been selling doors, building doors, cleaned out the back room. That's going to be turned into a paint booth. So, but every day I'm building something. Every day I'm selling something. And every day I'm trying to make my life a little bit better. In fact, I just loaded up the truck, and I'm setting up a little paperwork sorting thing just to go through all the paperwork and just kind of get all that stuff clean, so I'll be more ready for tax time next year. And probably here, I'm hoping by the end of the month, I'm gonna get all the other stuff for eBay and all that finally set up. So I think I finally set up enough room and got enough stuff there. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't know why they're laughing down there. Anyways, that's it for now. Peace, love, money. I'm out.